The Book of Nehemiah. Chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah the son of Hakaliah. Now it happened in the month Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hanani, one of my brothers, came, he and certain men out of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews who had escaped, who were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. They said to me, The remnant who are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates are burned with fire. It happened, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and I fasted and prayed before the God of heaven, and said, I beg you, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God, who keeps covenant and loving kindness with those who love him and keep his commandments. Let your ear now be attentive, and your eyes open, that you may listen to the prayer of your servant, which I pray before you at this time, day and night, for the children of Israel your servants, while I confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against you. Yes, I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against you, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the ordinances which you commanded your servant Moses. Remember, I beg you, the word that you commanded your servant Moses, saying, If you trespass, I will scatter you abroad among the peoples. But if you return to me and keep my commandments and do them, though you are outcast in the uttermost part of the heavens, yet I will gather them from there, and will bring them to the place that I have chosen, to cause my name to dwell there. Now these are your servants and your people, whom you have redeemed by your great power and by your strong hand. Lord, I beg you, let now your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant, and to the prayer of your servants who delight to fear your name. And please prosper your servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. Now I was cupbearer to the king. Chapter 2. It happened in the month Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, when wine was before him, that I took up the wine and gave it to the king. Now I had not been before sad in his presence. The king said to me, Why is your face sad, seeing you are not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very afraid. I said to the king, Let the king live forever. Why should not my face be sad, when the city, the place of my father's tombs, lies waste, and the gates of it are consumed with fire? Then the king said to me, For what do you make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. I said to the king, If it please the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, then you would send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tombs, that I may build it. The king said to me, the queen also sitting by him, For how long shall your journey be, and when will you return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. Moreover, I said to the king, If it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may let me pass through until I come to Judah, and a letter to Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the castle which appertains to the house, and for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall enter into. The king granted me according to the good hand of my God on me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent with me captains of the army and horsemen. When Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly, because a man had come to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. So I came to Jerusalem, and was there 3 days. I arose in the night, I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God had put into my heart to do for Jerusalem. Neither was there any animal with me, except the animal that I rode on. I went out by night by the valley gate, even toward the jackal's well, and to the dung gate, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem which were broken down, and the gates were consumed with fire. Then I went on to the spring gate and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the animal that was under me to pass. Then I went up in the night by the brook and viewed the wall, and I turned back and entered by the valley gate, and so returned. The rulers didn't know where I went or what I did. Neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest who did the work. Then I said to them, You see the evil case that we are in, how Jerusalem lies waste, and its gates are burned with fire. Come, and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. I told them of the hand of my God which was good on me, as also of the king's words that he had spoken to me. They said, Let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for the good work. But when Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they ridiculed us and despised us, and said, What is this thing that you do? Will you rebel against the king? Then I answered them and said to them, The God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we his servants will arise and build. But you have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Chapter 3. Then Eliashib the high priest rose up with his brothers the priests, and they built the sheep gate. They sanctified it, and set up its doors, even to the tower of Hamaiah, and they sanctified it, even to the tower of Hananel. Next to them built the men of Jericho. Next to them built Zakur the son of Imri. The fish gate did the sons of Hassanah build. They laid its beams, and set up its doors, bolts, and bars. Next to them repaired Meremoth the son of Uriah, the son of Hakkoz. Next to them repaired Meshullam the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshazabel. Next to them repaired Zadok the son of Bana. Next to them the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles didn't put their necks to the work of their lord. The old gate repaired Joiada the son of Paseah, and Meshullam the son of Besodeiah. They laid its beams, set up its doors, bolts, and bars. Next to them repaired Melatiah the Gibeonite, and Jadon the Meronothite, the men of Gibeon and of Mizpah, all that pertained to the throne of the governor beyond the river. Next to them repaired Uzziel the son of Hariah, goldsmiths. Next to them repaired Hananiah one of the perfumers, and they fortified Jerusalem even to the broad wall. Next to them repaired Rephaiah the son of Hur, the ruler of half the district of Jerusalem. Next to them repaired Jediah the son of Harumaph, over against his house. Next to him repaired Hattush the son of Hashabniah, Machijah the son of Haram, and Hashab the son of Pahath Moab. They repaired another portion, and the tower of the furnaces. Next to them repaired Shallum the son of Halohesh, the ruler of half the district of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. The valley gate repaired Hanan, and the inhabitants of Zanoah. They built it, and set up its doors, bolts, and bars, and 1,000 cubits of the wall, even to the dung gate. The dung gate was repaired by Malchijah the son of Rechab, the ruler of the district of Beth Hacherim. He built it, and set up its doors, bolts, and bars. The spring gate was repaired by Shallun the son of Kolhelzeh, the ruler of the district of Mizpah. He built it and covered it, and set up its doors, bolts, and bars, and the wall of the pool of Shelah by the king's gardens, even to the stairs that go down from the city of David. Besides him repaired Nehemiah the son of Azbuk, the ruler of half the district of Bethsur, to the place over against the tombs of David, and to the pool that was made, and to the house of the mighty men. Beside him repaired the Levites, Rehum the son of Bani. Next to them repaired Hashabiah, the ruler of half the district of Keilah for his district. Beside him repaired his brother, Bavi the son of Henadad, the ruler of half the district of Keilah. Next to him repaired Ezer the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mizpah. another portion, over against the ascent to the armory of the turning of the wall. After him Baruch the son of Zabai earnestly repaired another portion, from the turning of the wall to the door of the house of Eliashib the high priest. Besides him repaired Meremoth the son of Uriah the son of Hakkoz another portion, from the door of the house of Eliashib even to the end of the house of Eliashib. Beside him repaired the priests, the men of the plain. Besides them repaired Benjamin and Hashab over against their house. Beside them repaired Azariah the son of Messiah the son of Ananiah beside his own house. Next to him repaired Benoi the son of Henadad another portion, from the house of Azariah to the turning of the wall into the corner. Palal the son of Uzai repaired over against the turning of the wall, and the tower that stands out from the upper house of the king, which is by the court of the guard. Next to him Pedaiah the son of Parash worked. Now the Nethinim lived in Ophel, to the place over against the water gate toward the east, and the tower that stands out. Beside him the Tekoites repaired another portion, over against the great tower that stands out into the wall of Ophel. Above the horse gate repaired the priests, every one over against his own house. Next to them repaired Zadok the son of Immer over against his own house, and next to him repaired Shemaiah the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate. After him repaired Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanan the sixth son of Zalaph another portion. Besides them repaired Meshullam the son of Berechiah over against his chamber. After him repaired Malchijah one of the goldsmiths to the house of the Nethinim and of the merchants over against the gate of Hamaphkad, to the ascent of the corner. Between the ascent of the corner and the sheep gate repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants. Chapter 4. But it happened that when Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry, and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. He spoke before his brothers in the army of Samaria, and said, What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish, seeing they are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they are building, if a fox go up, he shall break down their stone wall. Hear our God, for we are despised, and turn back the reproach on their own head, and give them up for a spoil in a land of captivity, and don't cover their iniquity, and don't let their sin be blotted out from before you, for they have provoked you to anger before the builders. So we built the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half the height of it, for the people had a mind to work. But it happened that when Sanballat, Tobiah, the Arabians, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the repairing of the walls of Jerusalem went forward, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very angry, and they conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem, and to cause confusion therein. But we made our prayer to our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. Our adversaries said, They shall not know, neither see, until we come into the midst of them and kill them, and cause the work to cease. It happened that when the Jews who lived by them came, they said to us 10 times from all places, You must come back to us. Therefore I set in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall, and the open places. I set there the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. I looked and rose up and said to the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, Don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. It happened, when our enemies heard that it was known to us, and God had brought their counsel to nothing, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one to his work. It happened from that time forth, that half my servants worked in the work, and half of them held the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the coats of mail, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They all built the wall, and those who bore burdens loaded themselves. Everyone with one of his hands worked in the work, and with the other held his weapon. In the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so built. He who sounded the trumpet was by me. I said to the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, "The work is great and large, and we are separated on the wall, one far from another. In whatever place you hear the sound of the trumpet, come there to us. Our God will fight for us." So we worked in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning until the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time I said to the people, "Let everyone with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and may labor in the day." So neither I, nor my brothers, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us put off our clothes. Everyone went with his weapon to the water. Chapter 5. Then there arose a great cry of the people, and of their wives against their brothers the Jews. For there were those that said, "We, our sons and our daughters, are many. Let us get grain that we may eat and live." Some also there were that said, "We are mortgaging our fields and our vineyards and our houses. Let us get grain because of the lack." There were also those that said, "We have borrowed money for the king's tribute on our fields and our vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brothers, our children as their children. And behold, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought into bondage already. Neither is it in our power to help, for other men have our fields and our vineyards." I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Then I consulted with myself, and contended with the nobles and the rulers, and said to them, "You exact interest, every one of his brother." I held a great assembly against them. I said to them, "We after our ability have redeemed our brothers the Jews, that were sold to the nations. And would you even sell your brothers, or should they be sold to us?" Then they held their peace, and didn't answer a word. Also I said, "The thing you do is not good. Ought you not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the nations our enemies? I likewise lend money and grain to my brothers and my servants. Please, let's stop this usury. Let's restore to them even this day their fields, their vineyards, their olive groves, and their houses, also the 100th part of the money and of the grain, the new wine and the oil that you charge them." Then they said, "We will restore it to them, and will require nothing of them, so we will do even as you say." Then I called the priest, and took an oath of them, that they would do according to this promise. Also I shook out my lap, and said, "So God shake out every man from his house and from his labor, that doesn't perform this promise. Even thus shall he be shaken out and emptied." All the assembly said, "Amen," and praised the Lord. The people did according to this promise. Moreover, from that time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year, even to the 32nd year of Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, I and my brothers have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors who were before me were chargeable to the people, and took from them bread and wine, besides 40 shekels of silver. Yes, even their servants bore rule over the people, but I didn't do so, because of the fear of God. Yes, I also continued in the work of this wall. Neither bought we any land, and all my servants were gathered there to the work. Moreover, there were at my table, of the Jews and the rulers, 150 men, besides those who came to us from among the nations that were around us. Now that which was prepared for one day was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days stores of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this I didn't demand the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy on this people. Remember me, my God, for good, all that I have done for this people. Chapter 6. Now it happened, when it was reported to Sanballat and Tobiah, and to Geshem the Arabian, and to the rest of our enemies, that I had built the wall, and that there was no breach in it, though even to that time I had not set up the doors and the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent to me, saying, Come, let us meet together in one of the villages of the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. I sent messengers to them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I can't come down. Why should the work cease? Why should I leave it and come down to you? They sent to me 4 times in this way, and I answered them after the same manner. Then Sanballat sent his servant to me in the same way the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, in which was written, It is reported among the nations, and Gashmu says, that you and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause you are building the wall, and you would be their king, according to these words. You have also appointed prophets to preach about you at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah. And now it shall be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent to him, saying, There are no such things done as you say, but you feign them out of your own heart. For they all would have made us afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it not be done. But now, God, strengthen my hands. I went to the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, the son of Mehetabel, who was shut up, and he said, Let us meet together in the house of God, within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to kill you. Yes, in the night they will come to kill you. I said, Should such a man as I flee? And who is there that being such as I would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. I discerned, and behold, God had not sent him, but he pronounced this prophecy against me, and Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. For this cause was he hired, that I should be afraid, and do so in sin, and that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. Remember, my God, Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works, and also the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul, in 52 days. It happened, when all our enemies heard of it, that all the nations that were about us feared, and were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was worked of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters to Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came to them. For there were many in Judah sworn to him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah the son of Ara, and his son Jehohanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam the son of Berechiah as wife. Also they spoke of his good deeds before me, and reported my words to him. Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. Chapter 7. Now it happened, when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters, and the singers, and the Levites were appointed, that I gave my brother Hanani, and Hananiah the governor of the castle, charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man, and feared God above many. I said to them, Don't let the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun is hot, and while they stand on guard, let them shut the doors, and bar them, and appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, and every one to be over against his house. Now the city was wide and large, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not built. My God put into my heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. I found the book of the genealogy of those who came up at the first, and I found written therein, These are the children of the province, who went up out of the captivity of those who had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away, and who returned to Jerusalem and to Judah, every one to his city. Who came was Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Raamai, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispereth, Bigvai, Nahum, and Baanah. The number of the men of the people of Israel, the children of Parosh, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Ada, 652. The children of Pahath Moab, of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zattu, 845. The children of Zakkai, 760. The children of Benui, 648. The children of Babai, 628. The children of Azgad, 2,322. The children of Adonikam, 667. The children of Bigvai, 2,067. The children of Adin, 655. The children of Ater of Hezekiah, 98. The children of Hashem, 328. The children of Bazai, 324. The children of Hariph, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188. The men of Anathoth, 128. The men of Beth Asmaveth, 42. The men of Kiriath Jearim, Chephirah, and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Geba, 621. The men of Michmash, 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of the other Nebo, 52. The children of the other Elam, 1,254. The children of Harim, 320. The children of Jericho, 345. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The children of Senah, 3,930. The priest, the children of Jediah, of the house of Jeshua, 973. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Pashur, 1,247. The children of Harim, 1,017. The Levites, the children of Jeshua of Kadmiel, of the children of Hodavah, 74. The singers, the children of Asaph, 148. The porters, the children of Shallum, the children of Ater, the children of Talmon, the children of Akub, the children of Hatita, the children of Shobai, 138. The Nethanim, the children of Ziha, the children of Hasupah, the children of Tabath, the children of Keros, the children of Sia, the children of Padon, the children of Labana, the children of Hagaba, the children of Salmai, the children of Hanan, the children of Gedel, the children of Gehar, the children of Reaiah, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Paseah, the children of Basai, the children of Meunim, the children of Mephushashim, the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakupha, the children of Harhur, the children of Baslith, the children of Mahida, the children of Harsha, the children of Barkos, the children of Sisera, the children of Tema, the children of Naziah, the children of Hatipha, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sotai, the children of Sophereth, the children of Perida, the children of Jaala, the children of Darkon, the children of Gedel, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hatil, the children of Pochereth Hasbaim, the children of Ammon. All the Nephilim and the children of Solomon's servants were 392. These were those who went up from Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Jerub, Adam, and Emer, but they could not show their fathers' houses, nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 642. Of the priest, the children of Hobiah, the children of Hakkoz, the children of Barzillai, who took a wife of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those who were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore they were deemed polluted, and put out from the priesthood. The governor said to them that they should not eat of the most holy things, until there stood up a priest with the Urim and Thummim. The whole assembly together was 42,360, besides their men servants and their maid servants, of whom there were 7,337, and they had 245 singing men and singing women. Their horses were 736, their mules 245, their camels 435, their donkeys 6,720. Some from among the heads of the fathers' houses gave to the work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 derricks of gold, 50 basins, and 530 priest garments. Some of the heads of the fathers' houses gave into the treasury of the work 20,000 derricks of gold, and 2,200 minas of silver. That which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 derricks of gold, and 2,000 minas of silver, and 67 priest garments. So the priests and the Levites, and the porters and the singers, and some of the people, and the Nethinim, and all Israel lived in their cities. When the 7th month was come, the children of Israel were in their cities. Chapter 8. All the people gathered themselves together as one man, into the broad place that was before the water gate. And they spoke to Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. Ezra the priest brought the law before the assembly, both men and women, and all who could hear with understanding, on the 1st day of the 7th month. He read therein before the broad place that was before the water gate, from early morning until midday, in the presence of the men and the women, and of those who could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive to the book of the law. Ezra the scribe stood on a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose. And beside him stood Mattathiah, and Shema, and Ananiah, and Uriah, and Hilkiah, and Maaseiah, on his right hand, and on his left hand Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchijah, and Hashem, and Hashbaddanah, Zechariah, and Meshullam. Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, for he was above all the people, and when he opened it, all the people stood up, and Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God. All the people answered, Amen, Amen, with the lifting up of their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshipped the Lord with their faces to the ground. Also Jeshua, and Bani, and Sherebiah, Jamim, Akub, Shabbathai, Hodiah, Maaseiah, Kelita, Azariah, Jozabad, Hanan, Peliah, and the Levites, caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their place. They read in the book, in the law of God distinctly, and they gave sense so that the people understood the reading. Nehemiah, who was the governor, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites who taught the people, said to all the people, This day is holy to the Lord your God. Don't mourn nor weep. For all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. Then he said to them, Go your way, eat the fat and drink the sweet, and send portions to him for whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy to our Lord. Neither be you grieved, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. So the Levites stilled all the people, saying, Hold your peace, for the day is holy, neither be grieved. All the people went their way to eat and to drink, and to send portions, and to make great mirth, because they understood the words that were declared to them. On the 2nd day were gathered together the heads of the fathers' houses of all the people, the priests and the Levites, to Ezra the scribe, even to give attention to the words of the law. They found written in the law how that the Lord had commanded by Moses that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month, and that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities, and in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth to the mountain, and get olive branches, and branches of wild olives, and myrtle branches, and palm branches, and branches of thick trees, to make booths, as it is written. So the people went forth and brought them, and made themselves booths, every one on the roof of his house, and in their courts, and in the courts of the house of God, and in the broad place of the water gate, and in the broad place of the gate of Ephraim. All the assembly of those who were come again out of the captivity made booths, and lived in booths. For since the days of Joshua the son of Nun to that day, the children of Israel had not done so. There was very great gladness. Also day by day, from the first day to the last day, he read in the book of the law of God. They kept the feast 7 days, and on the 8th day was a solemn assembly, according to the ordinance. Chapter 9. Now in the 24th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting, and with sackcloth and earth on them. The seed of Israel separated themselves from all foreigners, and stood and confessed their sins, and the iniquities of their fathers. They stood up in their place, and read in the book of the law of the Lord their God a 4th part of the day. And another 4th part they confessed, and worshipped the Lord their God. Then stood up on the stairs of the Levites, Jeshua and Bani, Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Bunai, Sherebiah, Bani, and Chenani, and cried with a loud voice to the Lord their God. Then the Levites, Jeshua and Kadmiel, Bani, Hashbaniah, Sherebiah, Hodiah, Shebaniah, and Pethiah, said, Stand up, and bless the Lord your God, from everlasting to everlasting. And blessed be your glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise. You are the Lord, even you alone. You have made heaven, the heaven of heavens with all their host, the earth and all things that are thereon, the seas and all that is in them, and you preserve them all, and the host of heaven worships you. You are the Lord our God, who did choose Abram, and brought him forth out of Ur of the Chaldees, and gave him the name of Abraham, and found his heart faithful before you, and made a covenant with him, to give the land of the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Amorite, and the Perizzite, and the Jebusite, and the Girgashite, to give it to his seed, and have performed your words, for you are righteous. You saw the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, and heard their cry by the Red Sea, and showed signs and wonders on Pharaoh, and on all his servants, and on all the people of his land. For you knew that they dealt proudly against them, and you did get you a name as it is this day. You divided the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and their pursuers you did cast into the depths, as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, in a pillar of cloud you led them by day, and in a pillar of fire by night, to give them light in the way which they should go. You came down also on Mount Sinai, and spoke with them from heaven, and gave them right ordinances and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and made known to them your holy Sabbath, and commanded them commandments and statutes and a law by Moses your servant, and gave them bread from the sky for their hunger, and brought forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and commanded those who they should go in to possess the land which you had sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly and hardened their neck, and didn't listen to your commandments, and refused to obey. Neither were they mindful of your wonders that you did among them, but hardened their neck, and in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage. But you are a God ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abundant in loving kindness, and you didn't forsake them. Yes, when they had made them a molten calf, and said, This is your God who brought you up out of Egypt, and had committed awful blasphemies, yet you in your manifold mercies didn't forsake them in the wilderness. The pillar of cloud didn't depart from over them by day, to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night, to show them light, and the way in which they should go. You gave also your good Spirit to instruct them, and didn't withhold your manna from their mouth, and gave them water for their thirst. Yes, 40 years did you sustain them in the wilderness, and they lacked nothing. Their clothes didn't grow old, and their feet didn't swell. Moreover, you gave them kingdoms and peoples, which you did allot after their portions. So they possessed the land of Sihon, even the land of the king of Heshbon, and the land of Og king of Bashan. Their children also multiplied as the stars of the sky, and you brought them into the land concerning which you did say to their fathers that they should go in to possess it. So the children went in and possessed the land, and you subdued before them the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, and gave them into their hands with their kings, and the peoples of the land, that they might do with them as they would. They took fortified cities and a fat land, and possessed houses full of all good things, cisterns hewn out, vineyards and olive groves, and fruit trees in abundance. So they ate and were filled, and became fat, and delighted themselves in your great goodness. Nevertheless they were disobedient, and rebelled against you, and cast your law behind their back, and killed your prophets that testified against them, to turn them again to you. And they committed awful blasphemies. Therefore you delivered them into the hand of their adversaries, who distressed them. And in the time of their trouble, when they cried to you, you heard from heaven. And according to your manifold mercies you gave them saviors, who saved them out of the hand of their adversaries. But after they had rest, they did evil again before you. Therefore you left them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had the dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried to you, you heard from heaven, and many times did you deliver them according to your mercies, and testified against them that you might bring them again to your law. Yet they dealt proudly, and didn't listen to your commandments, but sinned against your ordinances, which if a man does them, he shall live in them. And they withdrew the shoulder, and hardened their neck, and would not hear. Yet many years did you bear with them, and testified against them by your Spirit through your prophets. Yet they would not give ear. Therefore you gave them into the hand of the peoples of the land. Nevertheless, in your manifold mercies you did not make a full end of them, nor forsake them. For you are a gracious and merciful God. Now therefore our God, the great, the mighty, and the awesome God, who keeps covenant in loving kindness, don't let all the travail seem little before you that has come on us, on our kings, on our princes, and on our priests, on our prophets, and on our fathers, and on all your people, since the time of the kings of Assyria to this day. However, you are just in all that has come on us, for you have dealt truly, but we have done wickedly. Neither have our kings, our princes, our priests, nor our fathers kept your law, nor listened to your commandments and your testimonies with which you did testify against them. For they have not served you in their kingdom, and in your great goodness that you gave them, and in the large and fat land which you gave before them, neither turned they from their wicked works. Behold, we are servants this day, and as for the land that you gave to our fathers, to eat the fruit of it and the good of it, behold, we are servants in it. It yields much increase to the kings whom you have set over us because of our sins. Also they have power over our bodies, and over our cattle at their pleasure, and we are in great distress. Yet for all this we make a sure covenant and write it, and our princes, our Levites, and our priests put their seal to it. Chapter 10. Now those who were sealed were Nehemiah the governor, the son of Hakaliah, and Zedekiah, Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malchijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Malach, Haram, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnethon, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mijamim, Mosiah, Bilgai, Shemaiah. These were the priests. The Levites, namely Jeshua the son of Azaniah, Benui of the sons of Henadad, Kadmiel and their brothers, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Kelita, Peliah, Hanan, Micah, Rehob, Hashabiah, Zakur, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, Beninu. The chiefs of the people, Parosh, Pahath Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, Bunai, Asgad, Babai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Adar, Hezekiah, Azur, Hodiah, Hashem, Bezai, Hariph, Anathoth, Nobai, Macpiash, Meshullam, Hezer, Mejezabel, Zadok, Jaddua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Ananiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashub, Halohesh, Pilha, Shobek, Rehum, Hashabna, Maaseiah, and Ahiah, Hanan, Anan, Malach, Haram, Baana. The rest of the people, the priests, the Levites, the porters, the singers, the Nethinim, and all those who had separated themselves from the peoples of the lands to the law of God, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, everyone who had knowledge and understanding. They joined with their brothers, their nobles, and entered into a curse and into an oath, to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses the servant of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord our God, and all his ordinances and his statutes, and that we would not give our daughters to the peoples of the land, nor take their daughters for our sons. And if the peoples of the land bring wares or any grain on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy of them on the Sabbath, or on a holy day, and that we would forego the 7th year, and the exaction of every debt. Also we made ordinances for us, to charge ourselves yearly with the 3rd part of a shekel for the service of the house of our God, for the showbread, and for the continual meal offering, and for the continual burnt offering, for the Sabbaths, for the new moons, for the set feast, and for the holy things, and for the sin offerings to make atonement for Israel, and for all the work of the house of our God. We cast lots, the priests, the Levites, and the people, for the wood offering, to bring it into the house of our God, according to our fathers' houses, at times appointed year by year, to burn on the altar of the Lord our God, as it is written in the law, and to bring the first fruits of our ground, and the first fruits of all fruit of all manner of trees year by year to the house of the Lord. Also the firstborn of our sons, and of our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstborn of our herds and of our flocks, to bring to the house of our God, to the priests who minister in the house of our God, and that we should bring the firstfruits of our dough, and our heave offerings, and the fruit of all manner of trees, the new wine and the oil to the priest, to the chambers of the house of our God, and the tithes of our ground to the Levites, for they, the Levites, take the tithes in all the cities of our tillage. The priest, the son of Aaron, shall be with the Levites, when the Levites take tithes, and the Levites shall bring up the tithe of the tithes to the house of our God, to the chambers, into the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the heave offering of the grain, of the new wine, and of the oil to the chambers, where are the vessels of the sanctuary, and the priests who minister, and the porters, and the singers, and we will not forsake the house of our God. Chapter 11. The princes of the people lived in Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lots, to bring 1 of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem the holy city, and 9 parts in the other cities. The people blessed all the men who willingly offered themselves to dwell in Jerusalem. Now these are the chiefs of the province who lived in Jerusalem. But in the cities of Judah lived everyone in his possession in their cities, even Israel, the priests, and the Levites, and the Nethinim, and the children of Solomon's servants. In Jerusalem lived certain of the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin. Of the children of Judah, Athiah, the son of Uzziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephatiah, the son of Mahalalel, of the children of Perez, and Maaseiah, the son of Baruch, the son of Kolhozah, the son of Haziah, the son of Adiah, the son of Joarib, the son of Zechariah, the son of the Shilonite. All the sons of Perez who lived in Jerusalem were 468 valiant men. These are the sons of Benjamin: Salu, the son of Meshullam, the son of Joed, the son of Pedaiah, the son of Koliah, the son of Maaseiah, the son of Ithiel, the son of Jeshiah. After him Gabai and Salai, 928 men. Joel the son of Zichri was their overseer, and Judah the son of Hashanuah was second over the city. Of the priests, Jedediah the son of Joarib, Jachin, Sariah the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Meraioth, the son of Ahitub, the ruler of the house of God, and their brothers who did the work of the house, 822. And Adiah the son of Jeroram, the son of Pelaiah, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pashur, the son of Malchijah, and his brothers, chiefs of the fathers' houses, 242 men. And Amashai, the son of Asarel, the son of Hasai, the son of Meshillemoth, the son of Immer, and their brothers, mighty men of valor, 128. And their overseer was Zabdiel, the son of Haggedalim. Of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashab, the son of Ashrakam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Bunai. And Shabbatai, and Jozabad, of the chiefs of the Levites, who had oversight of the outward business of the house of God. And Mattaniah the son of Micah, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, who was the chief to begin the thanksgiving in prayer. And Bakbukiah, the second among his brothers, and Abda the son of Shammua, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. All the Levites in the holy city were 284 men. Moreover, the porters, Akub, Talmon, and their brothers, who kept watch at the gates, were 172. The residue of Israel, of the priests, the Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, every one in his inheritance. But the Nethinim lived in Ophel, and Zihah, and Gishpa were over the Nethinim. The overseer also of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzai the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micah, of the sons of Asaph the singers, over the business of the house of God. For there was a commandment from the king concerning them, and a settled provision for the singers as every day required. Pethahiah the son of Meshabel, of the children of Zerah the son of Judah, was at the king's hand in all matters concerning the people. As for the villages, with their fields, some of the children of Judah lived in Kiriath Arba and the towns of it, and in Dibon and the towns of it, and in Jechazel and the villages of it, and in Jeshua, and in Molada, and in Beth Pelet, and in Hazar Shual, and in Beersheba and its towns, and in Ziklag, and in Makona and its towns, and in Rimmon, and in Zorah, and in Jarmuth, Zanoah, Adullam, and their villages, Lachish and its fields, Azekah and its towns. So they encamped from Beersheba to the valley of Hinnom. The children of Benjamin also lived from Geba onward, at Michmash and Aijah, and at Bethel in the towns, of Ananoth, Nob, Aniah, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, Nebalat, Lod, and Ono, the valley of craftsmen. Of the Levites, certain divisions in Judah were joined to Benjamin. Chapter 12. Now these are the priests and the Levites, who went up with Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Malach, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, Edo, Ginnathoi, Abijah, Mizamim, Madiah, Bilkah, Shemaiah, and Joarib, Jediah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, and Jediah. These were the chiefs of the priests and of their brothers in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Benui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, who was over the thanksgiving, he and his brothers. Also Bakbukiah and Uno and their brothers were over against them according to their offices. Jeshua became the father of Joiakim, and Joiakim became the father of Eliashib, and Eliashib became the father of Joiada, and Joiada became the father of Jonathan, and Jonathan became the father of Jaddua. In the days of Joiakim were priests, heads of fathers' houses, of Sariah, Moriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Malachi, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Haram, Adnah, of Marioth, Hilkai, of Iddo, Zechariah, of Ginnethon, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zichri, of Meniamim, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shammua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, of Joarib, Mattaniah, of Jediah, Uzai, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Eber, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jedediah, Nethanel. As for the Levites, in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, and Johanan, and Jeduah, there were recorded the heads of the fathers' houses, also the priests, in the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, heads of fathers' houses, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. The chiefs of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua the son of Kadmiel, with their brothers over against them, to praise and give thanks, section next to section, according to the commandment of David the man of God. Mattaniah, and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, and Akub were porters keeping the watch at the storehouses of the gates. These were in the days of Joiakim, the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest and scribe. At the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought out the Levites out of all their places, to bring them to Jerusalem, to keep the dedication with gladness, both with giving thanks and with singing, with cymbals, psalteries, and with harps. The sons of the singers gathered themselves together, both out of the plain round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of the Netophilites, also from Beth Gilgal, and out of the fields of Geba and Asmaveth, for the singers had built themselves villages round about Jerusalem. The priests and the Levites purified themselves, and they purified the people, and the gates, and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah on the wall, and appointed 2 great companies who gave thanks and went in procession. One went on the right hand on the wall toward the dung gate, and after them went Hoshea and half of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah and Benjamin, and Shemaiah and Jeremiah, and certain of the priest's sons with trumpets, Zechariah the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zachor, the son of Asaph, and his brothers Shemaiah, and Azarel, Malalai, Galalai, Mai, Nethanel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David the man of God, and Ezra the scribe was before them. By the spring gate, and straight before them they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the ascent of the wall above the house of David, even to the water gate eastward. The other company of those who gave thanks went to meet them, and I after them, with the half of the people on the wall above the tower of the furnaces, even to the broad wall, and above the gate of Ephraim, and by the old gate, and by the fish gate, and by the tower of Hananel, and the tower of Hameah, even to the sheep gate, and they stood still in the gate of the guard. So stood the 2 companies of those who gave thanks in the house of God, and I, and the half of the rulers with me, and the priest, Eliakim, Maaseiah, Meniamim, Micaiah, Elioenai, Zechariah, and Hananiah with trumpets, and Maaseiah, and Shimei, and Eleazar, and Uzai, and Jehohanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezer. The singers sang loud, with Jezreiah their overseer. They offered great sacrifices that day, and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy, and the women also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. On that day were men appointed over the chambers for the treasures, for the heave offerings, for the firstfruits, and for the tithes, to gather them, according to the fields of the cities, the portions appointed by the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests and for the Levites who served. They kept the charge of their God, and the charge of the purification, and so did the singers and the porters, according to the commandment of David, and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph of old there was a chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving to God. All Israel in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah gave the portions of the singers and the porters, as every day required. And they set apart that which was for the Levites, and the Levites set apart that which was for the sons of Aaron. Chapter 13. On that day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that an Ammonite and a Moabite should not enter into the assembly of God forever, because they did meet the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them to curse them. However, our God turned the curse into a blessing. It came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. Now before this, Eliashib the priest, who was appointed over the chambers of the house of our God, being allied to Tobiah, had prepared for him a great chamber, where before they laid the meal offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the grain, the new wine, and the oil, which were given by commandment to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the heave offerings for the priest. But in all this time I was not at Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes king of Babylon I went to the king, and after certain days I asked leave of the king, and I came to Jerusalem, and understood the evil that Eliashib had done for Tobiah, in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. It grieved me badly, therefore I cast forth all the household stuff of Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and they cleansed the chambers, and there were brought again the vessels of the house of God, with the meal offerings and the frankincense. I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given to them, so that the Levites and the singers who did the work were fled every one to his field. Then I contended with the rulers and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? I gathered them together and set them in their place. Then Judah brought the tithe of grain, and the new wine, and the oil to the treasuries. I made treasurers over the treasuries, Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levites Pedaiah, and next to them was Hanan the son of Zaccur, the son of Mattaniah, for they were counted faithful, and their business was to distribute to their brothers. Remember me, my God, concerning this, and don't wipe out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the observances of it. In those days I saw in Judah some men treading winepresses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and loading donkeys with wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day in which they sold food. There lived men of Tyre also there, who brought in fish and all manner of wares, and sold on the Sabbath to the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said to them, What evil thing is this that you do, and profane the Sabbath day? Didn't your fathers do this? And did not our God bring all this evil on us and on this city? Yet you bring more wrath on Israel by profaning the Sabbath. It came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the doors should be shut, and commanded that they should not be opened until after the Sabbath. And some of my servants I set over the gates, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of wares lodged outside of Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and said to them, Why do you lodge about the wall? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth they came no more on the Sabbath. I commanded the Levites that they should purify themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates, to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, my God, also, and spare me according to the greatness of your loving kindness. In those days also I saw the Jews who had married women of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab, and their children spoke half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. I contended with them, and cursed them, and struck certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, You shall not give your daughters to their sons, nor take their daughters for your sons or for yourselves. Did not Solomon king of Israel sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, and he was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did foreign women cause to sin. Shall we then listen to you to do all this great evil, to trespass against our God in marrying foreign women? One of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember them, my God, because they have defiled the priesthood, and the covenant of the priesthood, and of the Levites. Thus I cleansed from them all foreigners, and appointed charges for the priests and for the Levites, every one in his work, and for the wood offering, at times appointed, and for the firstfruits. Remember me, my God, for good.